Hello, triathletes. Not good morning anymore because I stopped doing in the morning. It's always afternoon, and because the world is falling a little bit apart, I decided to do sub 5 again. I think it's partly my fault, so I have to do something positive. And also because now the Prime Minister has coronavirus, so I have to do the videos today. Today's special episode. We have another Andrea with us. It's not the same, just skinnier. It's a different Andrea. He's actually talking from Torino in Italy. And of course, the lucky camel hopefully is gonna be more lucky this time than ever. So we're talking with Andrea in Italy to understand a little bit more about their routine and what has changed since last time we spoke. So Andrea, how are you?
Oh, fine, thanks. Yeah, everything is changed actually because probably you know from the news that Italy is in almost complete lockdown. So everything has been stopped. And only essential services are on. We are not allowed to exit if not for having some food. Queuing at the supermarket because you cannot be at the supermarket more than 2 or 3 at the time. And obviously this has an impact also on physical activities because gyms, pools, everything is closed. Going outside by bike is forbidden. Running outside is still somehow allowed, but only within 1 kilometer from your place of living. And it's also true that there are news about runners that has been, let's say, not physically attacked, but the presence of people running around is not well seen actually. So, big changes from general point of view and also from the, let's say, athletic point of view.
Yeah, well, athletic, of course, it's secondary, but you mentioned the you cannot run or do activities 1 kilometer far from your house, but that's from your city, Torino, because in other places of Italy, and for what I understand, you're not supposed to do physical activity farther than 200 meters from home.
Yeah, there are different rules, somehow conflicting, depends from who decided. So the central government, the regional authority, the local authorities has set different rules. So it's also something different in different part of Italy, but also in the same location, is not fully clear which are the actual limitation. Let's say there are no scientific position against running outside. In my opinion, is more a question related to promoting the opportunity that everyone should stay at home, even if it's running outside is not considered critical, but is, let's say, not a well example probably.
Yeah. And so what did you decide to do in the last 2-3 weeks? The situation changed pretty constantly since beginning of March. So how did you decide to organize your daily routine and the training routine?
I have the chance to have a turbo, so I use it quite regularly. One day bike and one day some physical exercise, even because we are 2 in the family, 2 triathletes, and we have to somehow to compete for the access to the bike. But is manageable this point of view. We discovered Zwift that we never used before. Is something that help somehow having the perspective of not being outside, but seeing something different from the wall of the room where we have the bike. More or less the routine is that one. So one day by bike and another day some physical core some yoga lessons that we found, some live Facebook yoga lessons made by our master of yoga, where we used to go when we were free to go outside. More or less is this one. So
Italy discovered Swift because of coronavirus a few years after.
I have actually a friend, a triathlete, that use it regularly, and few times asked me, why can we be on a Swift ride 100k on Sunday, but I always prefer to go outside, so he was not able to catch me in let's say in standard times. But now I'm considering to meet him on a Sunday for a ride with him.
Well, that's nice for sure.
Yeah.
And I guess, you mentioned, of course, missing the riding outdoors. But what do you miss the most of the old routine, both like on your daily routine, life routine, and training wise? What are the two things you miss the most?
From the general perspective, I would say that I mean the possibility to break the routine, because days now are always similar one to each other. Also, the weekend are not really separated from the other days. So more or less, we are in this room, the three of us, me, Katia, and my daughter. Everyone at his own computer doing homework or some kind of work, and nevertheless. And this is all days, so Monday to Sunday. The routine of let's say at least Saturday and Sunday having a completely different life is something that I start missing the most. From the athletic perspective, the swimming, it's the thing that I miss the most, because also running, but more or less running and biking somehow, even indoor, it's something that has some sort of similar feature, while swimming, I have some rubber bands, but it's not the same. And, I miss it really. Still thinking, dreaming to the day that everything finish and going to the pool or going to the seaside, because it will be most probably time to go to the beach. This is the thing that I miss the most from the athletic perspective.
I feel like normally triathletes kind of put swimming at the end of their favorite disciplines. And now that they cannot swim, they miss swimming the most, of course.
No, but probably I'm a strange triathlete, because I coming from the running and having difficulties at the beginning with swimming. It's the discipline where I really made the most important progress, and so I'm quite attached to swimming, and I like it quite a lot. So even in normal situation, I like to go for swimming competitions and so on. So probably I'm not in the standard thinking of the triathlete, but I really like swimming.
So you'll be full of energy once the pools will open again, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take a note of that. Well, fingers crossed. So it seems like you're not alone, of course. You're with Katia and with your daughter.
Yeah.
You have time to a little bit of time for yourself, despite living with two other people. And did you reflect a little bit more, and not from a philosophical perspective, but did you learn anything about yourself in these periods? Like something that you noticed just being locked home and you've never considered before?
No, I think it's okay. I think it's not really something new, but a confirmation. So somehow my addiction to sports and physical activity is confirmed, because I would say I never stop a single day to do absolutely nothing. It's not really, from a certain perspective, is pleasant to stay with other people, also because they are in the same room as me at the moment, so I cannot say that it's not a pleasure to be with them all the day. But for sure there are also some critical aspects. So for example, doing yoga with my daughter coming around is not the best options possible, and yeah, but it's also a pleasure for me to pass some moments with my daughter, also supporting her with the homework, but also with all these remote lessons that is not really easy to set up from the beginning. So it's interesting, I would say.
Because you're teaching for the university online now, and you're helping your daughter with the homework, which are also online. So maybe you learned again something from secondary school that you have forgotten.
Yes. Somehow Katia and myself, we split from supporting Alberta, my daughter. So Katia is supporting more on mathematics and scientific classes. I'm supporting her more on classical Italian, Greek, Latin, and physics, and let's say gymnastic, because she has also to perform some homework.
Wow!
To the gym.
So you're the gym teacher.
Yeah, exactly. So we just finished recording the daily circuit and that she have to make, and reporting results to the professor by email.
Wow. So you guys keep yourselves active anyway, yeah?
Yeah.
Downtime. What does the future look like? The next weeks, next days? Do you think there is there to do, or it's just like playing by ears?
Yeah, it's very difficult to say. So in Italy now, everyone waits for the 6 o'clock in the evening briefing from the civil protection, looking for numbers, waiting for the curve to start, let's say, dropping cases and so on. And yeah, but actually I didn't expect that the situation, let's say, the lockdown will end any moment soon. So I think that there will be at least several weeks of this situation being like that, actually. Mm-hmm. Then it's very difficult to let's say have a clue of what will be in the next future, but I don't expect any specific change, at least for other 2-3 weeks, and at least after Easter holidays and so on. Yeah.
So obviously this will impact your former race seasons and plan you had for triathlon seasons. How do you take that? Of course, we have no choices up to a certain point, but how did you take it personally? And do you have a suggestion for triathletes outside of Italy that may be a few weeks behind what's happening in your country?
Concerning the program, at the moment there are no specific news. So the first race in theory would have been beginning of May, but not still postponed, even if it will be postponed or cancelled for sure. Yeah, we are monitoring the situation, but up to now, no specific news related to changes in programs, or even our program has not been rescheduled in any way. Suggestion to colleagues: have, in case the situation, you feel that the situation is worsening, provide you with all the necessary items, tools to perform some activities indoor if you want, because let's say even the procurement of items would be difficult. So shops are closed, the delivery at home for goods that are considered not necessary is not fully available. So at the beginning we bought rubber bands and other tools that helps us to perform some exercises at home. So I hope it will be not necessary, but in case you feel you'll be locked in your houses and you want to perform some activity, consider to have some few items at home before everything is actually locked.
Yeah, and I'll also add, because not only for triathlon specific needs, but doing something different at home, like the elastic bands, that will not make you a shark in the water for at least kind of reminds you of that moment a little bit, but at least you're moving those.
Yeah. And there are at least here, but most probably all around, a lot of I would say lessons online, even live, that somehow helps you in passing some times at least apparently with other people.
Yeah,
that could help.
Okay, Katya is making an appearance again. She's gone. All right, Andrea, good luck with everything is going on, and thanks for your time. I hope we gave you at least something different today.
Yeah, thanks a lot. That helps, and best of luck also to you all, and maybe hopefully the situation will be easier in your home places.
It is for now. We keep the fingers crossed. But as we say these days, stay healthy, stay home.
Same to you. Thanks a lot.
Bye, ciao.
Bye bye, ciao.
E Katia di nuovo.
Just going to the yoga class.
Going to yoga class. Ciao.
Ciao.